It's going to be that command center. Oh, look at that. Factory before reactor here out of uThermal. And I love this place so much. This is similar to what a gas first does for a Terran. Oh, I think it's going to be a proxy starport actually. Look at that SCV.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is a classic location. He checked the watchtower to make sure it was out of watchtower vision. And this should actually be out of vision of this adept as well, if he did it properly.
I believe so. Just a tiny bit more vision than it looks like the scouting probe got, but definitely not far enough to actually go into range of that Stargate or starport. Now, the single Marine, is that going to be enough of a reveal for Astrea? Does seeing just that single Marine, and I guess now you see also the reactor factory, that should be enough to know, right? That something is up.
Actually, is the Hellion into 4 mine drops.
Oh,
So, oh my god, he sees it!
That is a beautiful scout, and that adept should be able to actually shade out over here, delaying those Hellions.
This can hit in the main, this can also hit in the natural, so you need to kind of spread out your units. I love the way he's doing that, by the way. uThermal's going for the ramp, Astrea sees it. Perfect defense here out of the American, and this looked very easy, but this could have been very different had he not seen that starport. Actually, this medevac's still gonna get in though, and oh my god, Astrea barely missing it. These aliens are gonna kill 5-6 workers. That's kind of good for a drop that got spotted.
Oh, he tries to body block it a little bit with those stalkers, doesn't quite manage it. Focus fires down the medevac first with a handful of those stalkers, which means these Hellions have a little bit more free reign. 5 workers killed. Is that actually going to be enough to justify this?
So I mean, this is a fine attack. This is fine damage. Very often it's more about what the counter attack does. Getting a fort base. This is getting some nice vibes over here, Fear Dragon.
He's only
and I'm not sure if I'm liking it.
He's only on 2 gas right now, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And all of those charge lots have been warped in. The 3rd Nexus is also finished on up. I don't know if, the 4th Nexus is also finished on up. So he actually also has a opportunity to potentially transfer additional workers if it starts getting really unsafe at that 3rd base. But right now with Guardian Shield plus that 1/1 upgrade, I think it's going to be really tough for this army to make a whole lot happen without the Widow Ones. Oh my god, he does one of the sickest charge tricks ever. Focus fires the charge on the back Marines so he can actually get further back and splash on the Marines.
I think Astrea has absolutely no clue what's going on. He threw down a Robo Bay and a second robotics facility, started a prism as well. Like Astrea is living his best life over here. Yeah, he sees it now. He's like, oh, let me quickly cancel that. But he had absolutely no idea. At this point, he actually should do what you mentioned before. I think you go for a run-by with 6 to 7 zealots and you pretend to defend the 3rd base. But in reality, you're mining from the 4th already. So why do you give a crap? I'm not sure if I like a base trade here, actually, because it feels like he should be winning the fight anyway, or he at least can stall for a long time until 2-2.
Yeah, he is going to be able to at least get in the warp in the main base as well, which should slow down any reinforcements and shut down all mining. There's 0 mining going to be happening here for uThermal, but now 2-2 is going to get stalled on out and likely killed. This is just going to get really messy. Now, I do like that Astrea has already started taking, say, the 5th base. That's actually in the center left side. So he's going to have more bases spread around. There's just more units or more buildings that uThermal actually has to take care of. But I love the way that uThermal's spreading things out.
Yeah, I actually think this was a slight error here out of Astrea. Like, taking the 5th base is nice, but if you have no production, it's going to be completely useless. uThermal will be able to take a defensive position here. He has more SCVs there with his army. He has a command center flying back home, and he still has production. He can actually take a defensive position and force Astrea to attack into it. This is way better than it ever would have been. Astrea could have just defended any position he would have wanted to, with most likely 2-2. Oh my god, all of these mines.
Oh no, Kevin, not like this. He does finally take care of all these Widow Mines, and they are revealed since there is no armory or anything over here. But look at all these zealots that had to go down in exchange for that. That was very painful, and I mean, there's not really a whole lot of reproducing units. The supply counts have actually evened up.
Yeah, at this point, I actually believe if uThermal just sits back, he's super far ahead. He has like 20 more workers than his opponent. He still has production on the map. I think uThermal should just build a wall with these buildings and not let anyone through.
It's an interesting place to try and land this orbital command. It's going to create a wall for sure, but is that his last orbital command? Yeah, I think it is, yeah. The other one did get picked off by the Stalkers. Sieging up these siege tanks, going around this choke is not what Astrea wants to do. Oh no, is it what he wants to do? Oh, okay, Astrea giving a little bit of a heart tuck there, but it looks like uThermal's going to find the last remaining mining base at the moment here for Astrea. And Astrea is just going to have to try and get some mining going over in the old main base of uThermal, which doesn't really have a whole lot left to it right now.
I think uThermal is misreading this game as well. He should just be defending here. There's no reason for him to attack, but he probably believes there's more probes on the map right now.
I mean, he's been finding Nexus after Nexus. I don't blame him for not knowing 100% how good of a spot he could be in.
Yeah, and the funny thing is Astrea is aware, but he doesn't really want to make uThermal aware of this fact yet. So Astrea is just actually playing this really slow, and I don't even mind that, because he wants uThermal to move out on the map. That's the only way Astrea can win. If uThermal is sieged up, you're not gonna attack into what is it, 3 tanks and 3 mines? Good luck, buddy. Especially if there's a wall in front of that.
You know, the other really funny thing is that neither one of these players, even if they got mining up, it's going to take such a long time to ever get to a point where you're actually reinforcing your army because you're so heavily supply bound. uThermal has 100 of 1 of 15 supply. Astrea is going to have to make at least 4 or 5 pylons, and that's already a lot of resources to devote to something that you're not entirely sure is going to be able to stay alive.
Yeah, okay, this is exactly what uThermal should be doing. I would even love for the starport on the factory to form a bit of a wall as well. Get a bunker up maybe even. I think he realized what type of position he's currently in. And now we really see the consequences of Astrea's action of going for that base trade. I mean, not having the 2-2 here, not having any mining, no production left. I don't think any of this would have happened. There's a couple of scans available as well. That left side flank is covered by the mines. uThermal needs to be so darn careful though. Now he sees this army move in.
Oh, that is not the way that you want to engage into those Widow mines. He's going to get the wraparound on some of those siege tanks, picks those off, but the Bioforce stems forward because he knows how good of a spot he's in after all of that. All of the charge lots disappear, the stalkers disappear, and very soon Astrea is going to be disappearing from this game.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous play out of uThermal, honestly. It's crazy how difficult it is to understand what type of position you're in without any info whatsoever. All you're seeing is Nexi after Nexi. GG gets called. This honestly is an insanely well played game here by uThermal.